New Jersey. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up, as it'll be the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets. A new era begins here at MetLife Stadium. The Bills and Jets underway to close out Week 1. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. Into the air right away is Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards. Brings up second down.
One down, only about 500 more to go this season. He would certainly welcome most of his passes this year going as well as that. Now that the first one is over, time to settle into a groove and begin the long journey towards Week 18 and hopefully the playoffs.
Now a man in for an expanded role in 2023. It's James Cook.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
So for the Bills, Charles, a lot of people see them as the favorites to unseat Kansas City, not just as AFC champions, but potentially as Super Bowl champions. You take a peek at their first month of the season, the Jets tonight, home for the Raiders next week. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
I'm not sure that you can say that the rain caused that interception, but look, it's clear that throwing the football is going to be tough in these conditions.
No doubt about it, and different quarterbacks handle it different ways. Some guys think the rain isn't a big deal, but wind affects them a little bit more. But you have to wonder, will these conditions hold scoring down? Are we going to have like a 9-6 type of a game? And then the pressure goes on the punters, who often hold for field goal attempts. Can they handle the snap and get the ball down so they can kick it?
Now a late signee let go by Minnesota in June. It's Dalvin Cook.
And a solid run down inside the 30. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
In motion right is Wilson. Second down, they go right back to Cook. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. A A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Rodgers throwing quickly out wide. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Cook, and he is going to lose yardage here. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Bills are going to get the football back. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But 2 kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that?
I don't. I don't like it at all. I don't like it in college. I don't like it in the NFL. I want to have something different. And I really wanted the special teams coaches to be a little bit more involved. But I do understand why the league is doing it. They believe it promotes safety, and it's hard to argue against that.
What about, this is the other one, guys can now wear the number 0. We've already seen some make the switch. Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Swift, Braxton Berrios, amongst others.
Yeah, and you know something? When you see those guys make that move, I don't mind that at all right? A little more expressionism for these guys. I love it. I just think we didn't go far enough. What about doubles?
Cook up the gut. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
On 2nd down, Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
3rd and 4. Now Allen. Throw out wide is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion was way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Jets first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Are you kidding me? Really? Are you kidding me?
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they've been seeking.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Cook.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We can come up with a lot of different explanations here. None of them are going to work. At the 1-yard line and coughing it up, no way.
You got to protect that thing like it's your firstborn.
Your firstborn, your secondborn,
your
anyone.
10th-born.
It doesn't matter. Take care of the football. You're in a position to go in and score. At worst, you've given up a chance to get 3 points.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll take over after that pretty clutch force fumble as they begin it.
And there is going to be a safety. Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Now Cobb to return. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
That's good for the Jets. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
On play action, now Rodgers.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11.
Conklin's first season in New York saw him match his production from Minnesota almost to the number. And the Jets, they will happily continue to take those numbers as he delivers again with a first down.
Open man downfield is Hardman. He's got it.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. And an excellent gain, 35 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
Rodgers directing traffic, going to change the play.
They'll run with Cook. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Dalvin Cook so good in the open field, but he's equally good down here near the goal line. He can find those seams and just push his way through. So he might get another chance or two to punch this one in.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets.
Breece Hall
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Hines opting not to risk it, and this will come out to the 25.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use.
And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 60.
And the Bills are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. But Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right.
A short throw to Conklin, the tight end.
And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They throw it out right complete.
Down the sideline he goes. Allen Lazard.
The way in. Touchdown, New York. Allen Lazard as the first half is winding down.
And the Jets will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that makes this a 9-point game.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Allen hit. He lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. But they will not be able to capitalize as time has run out here on the first half of play. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
On play action, Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down. Now a play fake. Rodgers, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
Now they run the sweep as Allen just pops this forward.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Allen to throw it. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams there to bring him down.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Hardman on the return.
And he's out right at the 25.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Jets will take over.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Garrett Wilson.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
Garrett Wilson.
75 yards.
And the Jets are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use in that. And one play, 75 yards in zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown!
Deontay Hardy.
75 yards.
And the Bills get a bit closer.
And he's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. If you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye.
He just takes off and goes, and I think that's what we just saw there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They start the drive with Cook. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
That's good.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down and 6. On play action, it's Rodgers. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he will step out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 51 yards. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They'll dump this off to Cook. Touchdown, Jets. Dalvin Cook from 10 yards out. And the Jets will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And, CD, you know, sometimes you don't need those complicated game plans or the added wrinkles. Last time, you think about it, couldn't have been any simpler. One play.
There he goes, right side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Throwing now is Allen. And that one too wide and incomplete.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got it bracketed out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do.
Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football as they've got the lead here, and we get set to begin quarter number 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. This one finds Wilson downfield. Down the left sideline. Touchdown! 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Jets are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. From the gun, it's Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Allen now on first down. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. On play action, they'll throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 32 on the play.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big 4th quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers now on first down. This is Lazard with a catch out left. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Jets have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Nyheim Hines now out of his
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football.
Well, it looks like one of the DBs has it.
So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now Rodgers.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he comes back with one complete. And they're going to speed things up here.
Now Rodgers going to shift him around.
Rodgers now from the gun on 3rd down.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They get this out quickly to the left side. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson,
an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Jets have sewn this one up as they add to their lead here in the 4th.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Bills 17.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
This taken in at the goal line. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience.
Escaping the pressure right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
They've got his man complete.
Down the right sideline.
Touchdown, Bills.
Gabriel Davis.
76 yards.
And the Bills get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Bills 24.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Now Rodgers. Incomplete, right side to Cook. Ball at a gain of 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Lazard. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers looking to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jordan Poyer.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football, because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the 4th quarter, and now can really take some time off the clock. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, it's Cook again.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge 4th quarter stop? Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 27-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made, and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. And the Jets are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete.
Well, fourth quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That'll do it. Well, these week one primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't